Hello yogis, welcome back. Today is day 6 of Zen in 7 days. We're almost there. Today I'm going to teach you 3 new Yin Yoga postures, which are called Happy Baby, Saddle Pose and Banana Pose. Also, we're going to use an essential oil, of course. If you don't have essential oils, then you can just skip the first part. If you have an essential oil, then you can grab frankincense today, if you have that at home. Frankincense is a really amazing essential oil, which is really good to enhance your meditation practice and your yoga practice. It's also really good for relaxing and grounding and getting centered within yourself. And frankincense is quite a spiritual oil. It has been around for centuries, and it's really known also for taking care of your skin as well. So if you have your frankincense essential oil, grab it. If you don't have it, you can just stay where you are, and then I will see you down on the mat. So we are going to start with applying the essential oil. So we are going to apply this one on the temples today, here and on your third eye. But first we are going to inhale the essential oil. So you can just apply 2 drops on your hands and then just rub your hands together, spread it out, and then just bring your hands in front of your nose and just breathe it in. And maybe you need to get used to the smell if you use this for the first time, but it's really amazing to inhale this one, in my opinion. And then you can just apply the essential oil on the temples. And maybe you can apply it on your third eye. If you don't have enough, then just maybe grab a little bit more. And because it's a really spiritual oil, I like to apply it on the third eye to maybe enhance awareness and consciousness. So we're going to start with a happy baby pose today. It's a really nice hip opening posture. So you can start laying down on your back and then roll yourself down. When you are on your back, you can bring your knees into your chest, and then you can open up the knees and then place your hands on the inside of your feet, and then you can lift the feet upwards towards the sky. This is called a happy baby, and I think you know why. If this is not comfortable, if you cannot grab your feet, you can grab your knees from the outside and you stay there. You can also just work with one leg. Maybe you're here, or maybe you stretch out the other leg. But you can also grab the ankles and maybe just keep the knees a little bit more to the side, and then you might practice here. So everybody is different, so you need different postures. Also, if you cannot really reach your feet easily, or you notice your chin is really pointing upward, it might be really nice to support the head with a block or a pillow. And it might just be even more comfortable. So this is another option. We are going to stay here for another 4 minutes. So it can be quite intense. And I know for some of you, when you have never done a happy baby, you might be laughing at the beginning. I did as well. But it's a really normal yoga posture. So we're just going to stay here and opening the hips. You want to bring your knees towards your armpits. So you want to use the strength of your arms in this posture instead of gravity, but you do not want to bring too much tension on the shoulders or your hips, because it is quite intense, especially if we're holding this for a longer time. So it's really important to stay in this posture for 80% of your capacity, or maybe less. You want to stay here for a longer time, so find a spot where you can stay here. Where can you stay or be comfortable? Try to not resist the sensations you're feeling, and try to focus on the stretch and what feels good in the posture, because you're opening up, you're creating space. And that is something that actually feels good to the body. We're going to stay here for another 2 minutes. And check in with your breath. Can you easily breathe in, fill up your belly? It might be challenging to stay in a posture in stillness for a long time, or at the beginning when you practice. But if you find it difficult, it just means you really need to be here and stay still with yourself. Just 1 more minute. You can always come out of the posture earlier if your body tells you to do that, if it's too much. Slowly breathe in. And on your out breath, you can let go of your feet or your legs, and then bring the knees into your chest and relax your hips. Make sure the knees and the feet are next to each other. And then you can just sway your knees from side to side and relax your hips. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, from here you can let go of the legs and you can come back up. We're moving into a saddle pose, which is pretty difficult for a lot of people, and I have a lot of options, so listen carefully. For the more advanced yogis, you can come on the knees and you can come sit in between your ankles. So it's not like you're on the heels, your feet are outside of the hips. This might already be pretty intense, but if you can stay here. Come all the way down on your back, and maybe you lay down here with the arms next to you or grab your elbows. This is the most advanced option I can give you. But if this is already not working, you can also use this option. You can place your big toes together and you can bring the knees as wide as your mat and then just lean to the back on your hands. And for some of you, you might feel a deep stretch here and stay here, and that's all you need to do. You can also work with one leg. So you start with one, so just choose whatever leg you like. Then just stay here on the hands, maybe come down on the elbows, and maybe this is enough. Or, which is actually pretty comfortable, you support your back, you lay down over your pillow, and maybe you can place your head on the floor. If that is too deep, grab your block or a pillow, another pillow, or a blanket, and just support the head. You don't want to keep the head hanging, you really want to support your head. So that is really nice. You can also, lots of options. I hope you still remember, but you can replay it if you need to. You can also support your pillow with a block if you need it to be a little bit higher. A bolster is really nice if you have that, to use it in this posture. And yeah, if your ankle is hurting, use a blanket, place it below. And And also, if you have a lot of strain in the knee, you can come sit a little bit higher. And maybe you can reduce that strain on the knee. Yeah, I think I explained every option you can take. So choose one. And then we're going to stay here for 3 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other side. Starting from now. This is not the most favorite posture of a lot of yogis in my classes because they quite struggle with it because it's really uncomfortable, especially for the quadriceps and the knees. But if you cannot stay in this posture, if this is not comfortable at all, if your knees are hurting, you need to come out. Pain is like a no-go, so come out. If you do not know whatever to do right now, then just place the soles of the feet together, bring the knees down to the side, and you just lay here. So that's an option as well. But I really want you to practice this one because, yeah, you're really working on your quadriceps. And it's also a really good place or spot in the body you need to work on. So I really want to talk to you guys a little bit about stress because I feel like a lot of people find it normal to have stress. It's like the way of life. But I don't think that's true. I think what is normal is to feel calm and relaxed and peaceful during your day. It's just the way society has been set up. And you have to take care of yourself and find things you can do to relax. And I think yoga is one of the best practices to really, really relax and give yourself attention or meditate. I think those are one of the best practices you can do. You have nothing to focus on than yourself. If you are laying in a half saddle pose, so one leg back and one leg to the front, then you can slowly come back up and then switch your legs. For the last 3 minutes, we're going to stay here. Breathe into your quadriceps, so feel this stretch. With every inhale, you create space. With every exhale, you sink a little bit deeper in those sensations. if for any reason you need to come out of the posture earlier, if your body tells you to do so, if that's a boundary, then listen to the body and come back up. Otherwise, we're going to stay here for 1 more minute. Slowly breathe in. On your exhale, you can slowly bring yourself back up and take your time, because it might feel a little bit difficult to get back up, because it can be a little bit sensational when you come out of the posture. So if you were in saddle pose, you could just stretch out the legs and just really relax your legs, shake them out, relax the knees. Sometimes it's really nice to contract the muscles and then release it a few times after saddle pose. Just a few times, contract and release. And then when you do this, you can slowly bring yourself back on your mat. So we're moving straight into our banana pose. We are going to stretch out the whole side of your body. And we're starting with both legs to the right side of your mat. So just make sure you're completely straight on the mat. Then bring your both feet to the right side of your mat. And then reach out the arms above your head. And then you can bring your upper body also to the right. So your legs are to the right, your upper body is to the right. So you're making a banana pose or shape. So you can grab your wrists if you find that comfortable. Maybe if you have the space, you grab your elbows, or just let the hands wherever they are. And if you like to increase this stretch, you can place your left leg over the right, and then you might feel a deeper stretch on your left side. But if your hip is coming off the mat, if you do this, then just keep the legs next to each other and just stay there. So, if your arm is hurting at one point or it doesn't feel good, you can always bring the arm down. And also for some of you, it's really nice to support your shoulder, maybe with a pillow or a block, or maybe support the elbow if your arms are hurting. So, just going to stay here in total for 3 minutes. And it's a really nice posture to do after saddle pose. Stretching out the body, stretching out the knees. We are stretching the whole left side of your body. Bring your attention to your breath. And feel how much space you have to inhale. And I like to push my ribs out to the side when I breathe in. With every inhale, you create space in the left side of your body. With every exhale, you just sink a little bit deeper. Just 1 more minute. And slowly breathe in. On your exhale, you can bring your legs back to the middle and bring your upper body back to the middle, and then bring the arms down your side. And just make sure you're completely straight in this posture. So the legs are long. Maybe you like to lift the hips up and down and your spine is straight. And then you can move on to the other side. So bring both legs to the left side of your mat. Then reach out the arms and bring your torso also to the left side of your mat. You can stay here, maybe grab your wrists, maybe grab your elbows. And if you like to deepen the stretch, bring your right leg over the left and just stay here for 3 minutes. It might seem like it's a really easy posture, but you can really increase the stretch as much as you want. And also here you can find 80% of your capacity in the posture, because it might be really intense as well. Focus on the sensations on the right side of your body. You might feel an increase in sensation when you inhale. And when you exhale, you feel those sensations calm down. Maybe you can find more relaxation on your exhale. We're going to stay here for 1 more minute. Slowly inhale. On your exhale, you can bring your feet back to the middle and bring your upper body back to the middle and bring your arms down your side. Make sure you're laying completely straight again. Maybe lift the hips up and down. And You can choose to stay in your Shavasana for the next 5 minutes and do completely nothing and get more Zen. It's quite a challenge to stay here for another 5 minutes and just be still. But for this video, I'm going to end the practice here. So you can slowly bring yourself back up into a cross-legged position. So yogis, I hope you enjoyed day 6 of Zen in 7 days. Let me know in the comments if you liked today's postures or maybe you didn't. And that's fine. Just know that the more often you practice yoga, the easier it gets and the more you're gonna love the postures, I promise. If you liked today's video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and hit the notification bell. I post new videos every Monday and Friday, so if you don't wanna miss that, make sure you subscribe, and then I will see you next time. Place your hands together, breathe in and breathe out. Namaste.